Hello, friends. Welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let me just double check everything is working, and then we will begin. But in the meantime, how are you? What have you been up to? What you been doing? Boop. Let's see. I think we are good to go. Let's go ahead and move over here. Welcome in, everybody. How are you today? Jonzo, you were forced. Welcome in, Jonzo. How are you? How have you been? Sassy, welcome in. I am very thankful that you were able to recover your stream streak. I'm glad that we have proof that it works. Did it ask you or like warn you? Or did you have to just watch it on your own? And Yemit, welcome in. How's it going? Bear, hello. How are you? No, it never told me that I was about to lose it. Interesting. It's supposed to. But, I'm glad that you watched the... I think you only have to watch like 5 minutes. Is that about how much it went until it like that notification popped up? I know it's like you can either watch 5 minutes of a VOD, a clip from the VOD, or if there's like a story. But I don't get clipped very often, so that's rarely going to be an avenue to recover stream streaks. So VODs are probably the way to do it. But it's weird that it didn't like warn you about it. It should. And Emmers, hello, / probably Yemit, I bet at this hour. I just popped the VOD on when I got home since I knew to watch it. I don't remember exactly how long, but it was funny that you were talking about it. Oh, really? Oh, that's fun. I do know also if, according to the support files, if if, let's say, you miss a stream. Yeah, that's me. Okay, I figured. If you miss a stream and I have started a new stream like the next day, but still within 24 hours, it does count if you just watch the live VOD. I've got notified of other streaks being at risk, but not this one. Twitch just doesn't like me. I think we can confirm that Twitch just doesn't like me. But how was school, Sassy? Jonzo, how are you? Jonzo, I don't think I heard yesterday. What did you think of the Control trailer? Because I know you're a Remedy fan. Yemit, what have you been up to? Bear, how's it going? Hope you're all doing good. I didn't do this thing, and I remembered the thing. Yesterday I was like, wasn't there something I was going to add to the the pinned message, and yes, there is. Boop, boop, boop. Let me do that. And then there we go. I forgot to mention on here that the first Australia stream, or not Australia stream, Australia trip recap is on the Patreon, and it's a free post, so you have to at least just sign up, but there's like a free member option, and if you do that, you'll be able to read it. Or, well, it's a video. Watch it. But there's pictures, there's videos, there's stories. Let's see. I'm just happy I knew both that you were going to stream and that I could watch the VOD to keep the streak going. Yeah, true. I figured, I was like, yesterday I was like, oh no. I was like, I know there's some people here who have streaks going. So I hope the streak recovery works. I'm here just cooking. Oh, nice. Very cool. School is a whirlwind. How's it been? Is it like, busy, crazy? Potentially the 23rd. He hasn't really nailed down a day. I've asked multiple times, and he is sort of just like, I don't know. So I think the 23rd, potentially the 22nd, but I don't know. I started it. Got to get back to it. There'll be more. I explained this in the recap videos, but my plan is to, so I'm separating the trip into chunks. So the next one will be the road trip, and maybe a couple days, and then there's like, I'll then maybe do the next week plus. I'll have to see. I'll have to see how many photos and stuff I have of like each thing, but either then it's going to be like the next week plus the Australia Zoo, or I saved the Australia Zoo and the last week for the last one, but I'm expecting probably like 4 videos. Today was the dress rehearsal, and I will say also the Patreon recaps are like deep dives. If you're not interested in all the details, I do still plan on doing like an Australia trip recap stream, which will be sort of like the, bird's eye view of the trip, less stories, less details, but enough to keep you interested at the very least. And then we can do like maybe a Q&A or something on the stream. So we'll see. Today was the dress rehearsal for the Christmas show, which is tomorrow night, so I might have to do the whole streak recovery thing again. And the Wi-Fi was so spotty that all the music was cutting out. It was a mess. Oh, that sounds terrible. That sounds... When is the... Oh, wait, so today was the dress rehearsal. Tomorrow is the Christmas show. Okay. Interesting. I feel like if they're doing the Christmas show now, this is also sassy. I feel like if they're doing the Christmas show tomorrow, that should be the last thing they do before Christmas. I feel like that should be like, that's it. That's like, you've done it. You can just go on break now. That seems like, it's weird that then it's not like on Friday, even though you have to still go in on Monday. But like, I don't know. To me, it feels like they thought they might end on the 17th. And then we're like, no, let's just add 5 more days or whatever it is. 4 more days. No, it was 5, wasn't it? No, well, I guess Wednesday. I'm including Wednesday. It was 4. It'll be 3 more days still. Luckily, also this game is very VOD watchable. To be fair, I feel like all of these like Agatha Christie games are very like, you know, digestible for VODs if you ever need something to watch. And for quite a few students, that is their last day before break. A lot of kids are leaving for vacation on the 18th or 19th. Okay, that would make sense. Maybe there will be so few students, Sassy, that they'll just cancel school. I don't know if that's even a thing that can happen, but what would happen if there were like only 5 students showed up, let's say, in your class? Would you still have to be there? Probably. That happened at my school. What did they do, Bear? Like, just not enough students showed up, or? Kids were upset the winter break started later that year, so everyone took off on the last day, and we basically went home within an hour. That's actually amazing. I love that. And good on them. I feel like Christmas break should be fun and should be like as long as it can be. Abby, welcome in. How are you? I'm doing okay. How are you? And Gigi, thank you for the work lurk. I appreciate it. I hope work's going well. We legit have done like nothing academic. Today the kids made candles for their family, and tomorrow they are painting wooden nativity lanterns. And if time permits, I'm going to let them make the beaded candy cane ornaments. That's fun at least. But yeah, it's lame that you're having to be there and not like, it's not even like academic stuff, you know? Doing good. Good to hear. Good to hear. What was I gonna say? I know Wivey is getting his tattoo sleeve started today. He went in yesterday, but ended up it was just like the planning of the tattoo. It was weird because we all turned in our December projects 2 days before the last day, so there was really nothing new to learn. Yeah. Why are they trying to keep you guys in school? You guys should be out of school. Kids don't stay in school. That's what I say. Put that on a t-shirt. Don't stay in school, kids. Jet. But no, stay in school. But not on Christmas. Christmas break, don't stay in school. I think you should all go home early. I think everyone deserves a long holiday break. Even though technically I don't really get a break, but I'm honestly hoping that between tomorrow and Friday I can get both my plans for the week of return done, I see, and get my midterms written. Then I will have nothing hanging over my head trying to ruin my break. That sounds like a good plan. So then we can just rest on your break. Also, Thursday, the Steam winter sale starts. So, for people looking for Steam deals, the 18th. That actually makes sense now that I think about it. There were a couple of games that were on my wish list, and I realized that their sales end, I think, on the 17th or 18th. So does the Epic Game a Day giveaway? Ah, very interesting. The fall sale. I actually bought Yvy a few games for us to play, and then he just never redeemed them, and so they all got like returned. So I was like, one of the games was like $1. Like, I think, and I don't know if it'll go on sale at that much. Sounds about right. He was like, I didn't know that it expired. And I was like, yeah, I think you have a month. He was like, I just kept seeing the notification pop up. So I just kept like hitting X. I was like, goodness. So sad. I will probably rebuy him one of those games if it's on a good sale. But there was one that was like, normally like, I think 20 or 30 something. And it was $1.99. And I was like, it was a co-op game. But anyway, so I will if I buy him something this time around, I will tell him. I'll be like, you need to redeem them. The list of games was apparently leaked, and Slime Rancher 2 is supposedly on the list to be given away, so I'm hoping to snag it. Ooh, that'll be good. That'll be good. I'm surprised that it's going to be free, because I feel like 1.0 just came out. Maybe they haven't gotten... Well, I mean, they've been on early access, so I don't know if... Like... Yeah, I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know if they're like, we've hit a lot of our marks, so this is a good thing, or I don't know. I wonder how they decide that. Really? I wish it was easier getting Epic games to work on a Steam Deck. Otherwise, I would do it. Wait, maybe if I can redeem them in a web browser, maybe I'll, like, still do that, just so I have them, just in case, but it's not easy getting them to work on a Steam Deck. What else? Larian, the Baldur's Gate Divinity company, they're getting a little bit of heat today, or yesterday and today. AI, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we don't have follow age. I could tell you started following December 3rd, 2024. So just a year ago. The only other one I will probably get is like a Batman, because why not? And the new one that they announced, I mean, looks great. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, Larian, who is the dev studio behind Baldur's Gate 3, Divinity Original Sin, they recently announced the new Divinity game. The CEO was asked how they use, or if they use AI, generative AI, in their process, and he goes, yeah, we do. We use it for like concept art and whatever. And somehow, I don't know how the CEO didn't realize that there was going to be a lot of upset people about that. But he put out like a statement where he was like upset and was like, we don't use it for concept art. We use it to explore ideas, and then that's it. We have like world-class artists that we hire. We have no plans of like firing artists and whatever. I will say, I feel like he sort of said, well, one, he said that they used it for concept art, and then is like, we don't use it for concept art. We use it to explore ideas, which I feel like is another way of saying concept art. Is a different way of saying we use it to, we don't, I feel like another way to like paraphrase his statement is we don't use it for concept art. We use it to explore concepts. And I think that's very funny. And also, like, I mean, I don't think it's a good look for them. Despite, like, I don't think it's going to hurt them as a company at all. Like, I think people will still support them because how popular Baldur's Gate 3 is. I'm not a fan of that still, but anyway, I was just like as I was reading his statement, I was like, you're kind of describing concept art is sort of what. Yeah, I don't know. There's another one you'd recommend on the list. Chicken Police Painted Red. Oh, so good. And that, I mean, yeah, for sure. That one's been out for a while. Yeah, because then Into the Hive is the second one. Chicken Police, always recommend. I always recommend Chicken Police if I can. At this point, I won't be surprised if most studios start doing it. You're probably right, which, again, I still hate. But I mean, it seems like it's becoming more prevalent, which I don't like. I think that it's very much going to be a slippery slope. It's sort of like how because it may not, like, Larian at this point may say we're not going to fire artists, you know, because you know, for our projects and stuff, like we're still keeping them on whatever, but that might be them. But we do know how much studios love to make a profit, and as soon as they can cut out artists, they will, or if they can, the more that they can trim from their studios, they will. And so I think that's dangerous, as well as, like, I mean, I follow so many indie dev, like, subreddits and, people on Blue Sky and whatever. There's so many indie devs that use AI in their games, or even in their, like, Steam capsules. The capsule is the image that's, like, when you're searching and browsing, it's like usually the logo image, if you will, the one that appears, like, on the search. Usually it has their logo, but usually has some kind of art with it. So many of them have started to use AI, and I find that when I see a studio that does that, I'm immediately, like, not interested in their game. I know I know I'm not the only one. So I feel like it the more prevalent that becomes, I think also the more that's going to hurt also indie devs as well, because they're going to start using it. And I feel like, because it just looks sloppy. It just looks like you don't care about your game. Or that, like, if you're cutting corners here, where else are you cutting corners? And so, like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan. So I want less of it used. But a side note, there's a game coming out next month that I'm very excited about. It's an indie game. And we will play it for sure. I'm going to try to see if I can get a I'm going to try to see if I can get a code for it. I don't know where I'll be able to find one. Or like request one. But there's a game coming out January 12th. Is it the 12th? Wait for it. Hold on. January 12th, which is so before Animal Crossing. But called Big Hops, and it looks so much fun. You play as a frog, and it's like a platformer, and it looks so cool. So we will play that whenever it releases. I think that'd be fun. Also, speaking of Animal Crossing, January 15th. Also, today, last week I mentioned that there were going to be some previews of the update that were going to come out today, and they did. In the past week, people have been getting their hopes up, have been getting their dreams dreamed for what would be announced with it or alongside it. But because there was like, so basically like a week or so ago, some Animal Crossing content creator tweeted out something like, "Oh, I have insider information, some new news that I have to confirm, but I'm gonna tell you tomorrow. Something. People are gonna be very excited." The new news was that on the 9th of this month, so last week, they were going to do like a special like influencer and press event where they were going to show off 3.0. And that was the like new news, and that was the announcement. But people in like the Animal Crossing subreddit were taking that to mean like there was going to be new news and announcements at that event. And we talked about this a little bit, because I remember I had said that, to me, my expectations are they're probably just showing off 3.0 to those press people and influencers so that they can then post about it, because that's like marketing for Nintendo. They want the Animal Crossing community to know what's coming up, get them excited, and be in the news cycle a little bit ahead of the update. But the Animal Crossing subreddit was like, what else do you think they're going to announce that's going to be like maybe they're going to announce a multiplayer island. Maybe they're going to announce a new Nook store upgrade, Celeste getting her shop in the museum. There's been rumors about that forever. Like all these different things that, to me, I was like, I think we're getting our hopes up when there's no evidence that there's going to be new news. Well, today, the influencer marketing stuff has been started to get posted. And what do you know? There's nothing really that's new that they didn't announce in that video. I think there's some extra details of like how some things work, because like there's the hotel feature that's new. And there's like a little bit of information there, which is like there are daily craft quests connected to the hotel. where you can then get the special currency you need to buy stuff from their store. So that's like how information on how the hotel works, but it's not like new announcements or surprising announcements or anything like that. There's 8 rooms for you to decorate, and they're based on themes, or you can just do your own thing. But like they'll say, can you make a hotel room that's in the Zen style or the whatever? And so like you can do that. What else? I can't remember. There's some question of like whether or not you can. So like the hotel will get random guests, villagers from different places. There's some question as to whether or not you can move them onto your island, but anyway, so that's a thing. And what else? Oh, and the amiibo. So the new villagers have like new furniture and stuff. They are not catalogable items. So you have to have the amiibo, or you have to have people like drop the item for you. If they have it, they have to order it for you, and then you do that. Instead of, I can't remember, but with the Hello Kitty items, I think the Hello Kitty items were catalogable, if I recall. But anyway, these do not work that way. You have to either have the amiibo or have people drop the items for you. Just got my Steam year in review, and I played 74 games and 138 demos this year. Dang. Let's see if mine's up. I saw that it had the link in my menu for it. Oh yeah, okay, I see it now. I checked yesterday. The link was already up in the menu, and I clicked on it. It was like 2024. I was like, this isn't helpful. Let's see. I bet you played more games than I did. Yeah, I played 37 games. Apparently 21 fewer games than last year. I unlocked 281 achievements. 282 fewer achievements than last year. It's funny. My longest streak was 10 days. Apparently that was 11 days shorter than last year. I had Windblown was the one that I played the most, then Balatro, and then Slime Rancher. Hasn't told me demos yet. Let's see. Apparently, a lot of the points, the graph of like genres are on mystery, action, roguelike, and card game. Thank you, Balatro. Let's see. My top 5 games were Windblown, Balatro, Slime Rancher, Squeak Ross, and Die in the Dungeon. Apparently in May, I didn't play at all on my Steam Deck. What were we playing in May? Clair Obscur? No. What did we do in May? Apparently I just didn't play anything. Demos. I played 44. 982 achievements, which is 420 fewer than last year. Goodness. I was in 3 play tests. Yeah, I can't remember what we did in May. That's interesting. Yeah, I played fewer games. I wonder why. I don't have much. I mean, it feels like we've done the same, but I don't know. Oh, Fantasy Life. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I mostly played Fantasy Life. That would make sense. And wasn't Expedition 33, did I go from Expedition 33 to Fantasy Life? That kind of makes sense to me. Madrigal, welcome in. How are you? I think that makes sense to me. I wasn't able to go to the PO box today. I'm going to try to go tomorrow. Because I feel like I remember being like, I need something happy after playing Clair Obscur. And that would make sense because I have both of those in PlayStation. So anyway. Yeah, so I guess for the month of May, I didn't even like start up my Steam Deck at all. Crazy. What else, friends? Before we get into the game. Trying to figure out when we can do our Australia trip recap. Part of me wants to do it before Christmas, but I'm unsure of when that will be. It might just be like, at some point I'm just like, it's today. I've looked at the schedule, I've looked at my notes, and it's today. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. So side note, OBS is acting weird. Why are you acting weird? I don't think there's... What's this? Oh, all right. Delete. What is this? All right. I'm doing okay. How are you? Anything else? Any other news? The Larian thing was the thing that I saw the most of. Just trying to survive the week. I believe your last day is it Friday or is it Monday? Friday after 6 back-to-back concerts. Yeesh! Well, it's been fun, but I need to sleep now. Tomorrow's going to be a ridiculously long day, 14 hours. Sassy. Hope tomorrow goes well. Get some sleep. Get some coffee tomorrow. Comfy shoes. I hope tomorrow goes okay. Because yeah, that does not sound exciting. Let me see. Was there any other news? PlayStation 6 handheld. People are talking about that. I may sneak home between dismissal and the start of the concert to get myself a coffee refill. That sounds good. That sounds like a good plan. Also, so that you're just like not in the same place for, 14 hours. Oh, the Esquier plush from Expedition 33 is now official. Emmers posted that in the Discord. Looks very cute. Let's see. Today at 3 p.m., I finally got permission for parents to attend my concert. On Friday, I've been asking permission for weeks, so I'm sure it will be a disorganized mess, but that's not my fault. Oh, goodness. Oh, boy. Well, so, like, permission for the students to be there at the concert? I could just come home and stay there for a few hours, but I feel bad leaving my coworkers since I'm the only one who lives close enough to leave. I wouldn't feel bad, Sassy. It's Christmas. You also need time off. You also need a break. I think you deserve to go home for a few hours. In my opinion. You're not wrong. And they could always go, drive somewhere, I'm sure. They really needed. It's a benefit that you live close by. I say you should go home, but that's just me. That's my vote. I don't think I get a vote, but if I were to vote, that would be my vote. So I've been playing 1000 X Resist. What do you think? I'll take it under advisement. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really see any other news. Yeah. Let's see. The kids' parents. We were doing them during the school day, and the principal doesn't like parents in the building. Oh, I see. But the kids kept going home, telling their parents how excited they were for the concerts, and the parents were upset that they couldn't attend. Yeah. Wait, so were the concerts initially just for the kids? Like, only the kids were going to be there? I thought usually the concerts are for the parents. It's really just a point-and-click story, but the story is really good so far. Oh, really? I didn't realize that. For some reason, I thought that was like an action game or something. And now I sleep. Have a great night. Depending on stream time tomorrow, I'll try to pop in and say hi. Sassy, I hope you have a good one. I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. Get some rest. Hold on. 1000 X Resist. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was like an action fighter game. So aliens invaded, bringing with them a deadly disease, and only one person survived, and you're a clone of that person. Oh, interesting. That sounds interesting. The story's been good. How long of a game is it? Yeah, nothing else is really going on here. Just been working. I think it might be short. You play one of 6 of her chosen clones who have jobs based on their name. And your name is Watcher. Interesting. So you do a lot of watching? What does a Watcher do? Yep, I rearranged everything so the parents could be there because I was hired to build this music program. I just keep meeting hurdle after hurdle, but they never had parents, had it before, and are not willing to make changes. I'm doing my best, but I'm not a miracle worker. Madrigal, it sounds like a tough time. But you're doing well. You're doing great. And at least, that's an improvement. At least it sounds like it'd be cool that at least some of the parents might be able to attend. So you're living out her past memories, and they refer to them as a baptism or communion, something like that. Interesting. The past memories of, like, the person she is a clone of? That's pretty cool. Yeah, they refer to her all as mother. Interesting. Sounds also scary. Sounds creepy in a way. Also going to be recording all day on Friday and editing a video together for the parents that can't be there. Oh, that'll be nice. I hope that goes well. How confident do you feel in your editing? I mean, the aliens look really creepy, but it is an emotional trip. Okay. I was just checking something. Nope. Okay. Need to figure out how I can try to apply for code to big hops. That sounds cool though, Bear. I like games that sort of take chances and their stories and stuff. That sounds fun. The aliens are red glowing human-shaped bodies. They're about 9 stories tall with no head and a halo. Oh goodness. That's terrifying. That sounds very scary. But it does sound cool. I actually have heard good things about it. And doesn't Balatro or something have like a card deck of 1000X resist or something like that? I feel like I remember seeing... I feel like I remember... Yes. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. I was like, this sounds. I remember. I couldn't remember the first time I heard about it, but I think it was. I thought it was Balatro, and that seems to be correct. Yeah, there's a king, queen, and a jack. For 1000X resist. Did I just kickstart your Balatro? Your next Balatro era? Pretty good. I had to teach myself how to video edit over COVID. I was still required to have music programs during code restrictions when we couldn't meet in groups, so I figured out a way to do it and made it happen. Oh, that's so good. Well, that's exciting. We're running it back. It's time for... Uh-oh. We're getting hooked into Balatro again. I feel like Balatro I really enjoy. I never got great at it. Like, I never got past round 11. It's a game I can pick up and put down pretty easily. Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic game. I think I was able to get past the original, like, or the initial rounds, But all of the like advanced strategies to go beyond that, I think are too far beyond me. I never was able to like really like, you know, really do it. But still very fun. Me and my friend have a gaming wheel that we spin of games we have that we haven't started. He got mad at me because it landed on resist, but I started another game. That's very funny. Do you remember what you started? I also did some greatest hits trailers and promos for Carolina Roller Derby when I was still skating with them. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so you have plenty of experience then. That's good. Because I know sometimes editing videos can be very, like, intimidating for people. Oh, routine. Right. Okay, you were telling me that. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But hey, two really fun games, two really fun and interesting games can't go wrong. That's true. And they seem different enough that it's like, it's probably a good, palette cleanser, or like, you know, like it's two different genres, so that's probably really nice. I watched someone play a little bit of Routine, and the visual style of the game is really cool. I like that it has sort of that like grainy, sort of like VHS look to it, sort of. That's what caught my attention initially, and that's also true. The camera work and stuff makes it look very like you're looking at like a body cam or something. But yeah, I remember what I think at the time I didn't realize that was the game they were playing. I didn't look at the title. But I do remember seeing them get chased and I was like, oh, that's terrifying. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be a game I play, but I do appreciate the visuals of it. Visually, it looks very cool. I have a feeling it's going to change into a biological horror game. Oh boy, that sounds terrifying. I don't mind, like, that, I guess, but I don't know. I don't like being chased, because you're reading about everything that happened before you arrived. Oh, no. Because, like, I would say Control has, like, body horror in it, and that doesn't bother me, really. Usually I'm like, huh, that's gross. But I'm not like, you know, it's not the thing that, like, you know, scares me the most. But being chased by some entity person, that did look scary. But okay, friends, we have to run ads, and then we'll hop into the game. So far, it's just really creepy looking robots. Yeah, I think that's what I saw. He was kind of taller, I think, also. I think the one, if I remember. Maybe I'm wrong. But we'll run ads, and then we'll come back and hop into more Murder on the Orient Express. I'm excited. I think we're at the murder part. I think we're at the murder part now, so that'll be fun. But all right, friends, if you need a stand-up stretch, take a break, go to the bathroom, etc., now's a perfect time to go do so. And we will be RB.
Take this pause to rejuvenate. Stand, stretch, hydrate. We will be back in just a few moments.
And welcome back, everybody. I have a Zoom H4n Pro and record video and audio separately and then put it together while editing. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Well, I hope that all goes well. So we are in like chapter 2 now, maybe 3. What chapter are we on? We've met a bunch of people. We started off not on the train, and then we are on the train, and had dinner, lobster, found or not found, but we got a recipe for a cake, and other things to mention. Book is our friend here. He's also the director of the train line. There's this guy, Samuel Ratchet and Clank, who he says his life is in danger or like something like that, and he proposed to us a job. We didn't really hear him out, and in fact, we even said that one of the reasons why we wouldn't take it is because we hated his face. So we're a bit cocky, but we don't really know much about him besides the fact that he's an American and he has an assistant. We know these two people are like pretending not to know each other, but they clearly do. And we don't really know their whole deal. These two are together. We don't really know much about them. This is a princess. I think that's about it. I think that's the main things that we know. But oh, and then last night we were moved to a different room, and we woke up several times. The first time we heard what sounded like someone getting hit, but then we looked outside and didn't see anything. Woke up a little bit later, and one of these ladies, I want to say it's probably this one. Right? I don't think it was her. I think it was this one. Said that she was talking to the attendant, this guy, and said that there was a man in her room and that he has left. But that's kind of all we know. We don't know how he left. We don't know what he did or anything, but she said that she saw a man in her room. And he didn't leave via the front door because the attendant is there. And then we also woke up when we saw someone running down the hallway. We only saw the back of them, and they were wearing like a hair cap and like a kimono almost, or something, like some kind of like silk robes of some kind, and they're running away. That was sort of it. So weird stuff happened, and that's what makes me think we're going to like. I think we're gonna find out someone was murdered, or oh, and we're also snowed in, so the train isn't moving. Lots of stuff happened.
The mustache comb to tame unruly nuts.
Let me see something here. Thank you for recapping that. I think I dozed off briefly last night. So around midnight, fair. That's understandable. Mustache wax.
Wax to preserve the perfect symmetry of the mustache. finest of curling irons for the mustache.
A curling iron for a mustache. I have never seen that. I wonder how this works. The parts on the left are the handle. A curling iron? So do you heat this up? But it's wooden. Right? Interesting. I didn't know such technology existed.
The train still hasn't left.
Just go back to sleep. Anything else? No. My insomnia meds were kicking in by that point. I mean, that's probably a good thing. Okay. So there we are. Okay. Oh. Nice. I didn't actually think we'd be able to come in here. We're also looking for golden mustaches. And we've missed one in the last chapter, and it makes me sad.
The train is completely trapped because of the avalanche. Hopefully not for too long.
I mean, are they working on it? He was like... Surely... Oh. Is a Steve achievement, or do you get something? I think you get like I'm playing this on my PlayStation, but yeah, I think it's an achievement for getting all the mustaches per chapter. I'm not even a big like achievements person. I just want to collect them. I do love a collectible. This is my room, right? Yeah, it is. Sorry. It's interesting that we can look out these windows. I feel like we're going to have to do that at some point to find a clue, maybe. Got to remember that's an option. Hello.
Good morning, Monsieur Michel.
Good morning, sir. Please enjoy our special breakfast in our restaurant.
It's kind of unfortunate that he has to sit by the bathroom. Where are they hiding the mustaches? There's 3 again, right? Hold on. 3, okay.
This delay is intolerable. I'm demonstrating the Firenze in Paris in 2 days.
Ah, your electric car. Yes, that's bad luck.
Bad luck? If I miss that demonstration, I'll be in deep trouble.
Just text your people in Paris and warn them.
Of course I tried that, but there is no network service in these mountains.
Is it me, or does the shading in their faces seem a little off? The shading is very strong. The last guy you talked to, the shading just didn't seem natural. It's very stylized, but it's also like I find that it's very dark looking. Actually, and I think it was this guy. Maybe, actually, I don't know. In dinner yesterday, I remarked if somebody was wearing gloves, and it's because I thought they were wearing like leather gloves on their hands, but it's just the way it was shaded, plus like the shadow on top of it. Like they're very like pronounced shadows, like very dark. Like look how brown the shadows are on his face. Like it kind of looks like they're all wearing like makeup almost. I mean, I suppose that
My daughter said it would be the easiest way in the world. Just sit on the train until I got to Paris. And now we may be here for days, and my boat sails the day after tomorrow. How am I going to catch it now? I can't even send an email to cancel it. Ah, I'm just too mad to talk about it.
My colleagues were to meet me in Paris. They will wonder what has happened to me. I can get no words to them. What will they think? We have refugees to help.
at least breakfast looks good. It very much does, yeah. It looks like they're all kind of wearing very heavy makeup. Some kind of like tanning. They've all been tanning or something. Yeah, her neck I think looks unfortunate. Like it doesn't look very. Like I can appreciate the like style, like the stylistic part of it. But maybe it's also partially because like the characters look sort of painted in a way, like but like everything else doesn't have that exact same like style, I guess. So maybe that's part of it. Like maybe that's why it looks maybe a little unnatural, but...
Good morning, madam. The snow is a predicament, is it not?
I am Russian. Snow is no stranger to me.
Ah, the accent. Would it be St. Petersburg?
You are very perceptive. Monsieur Poirot, is it not?
And may I take it, I have the honor of addressing Princess Natalia Dragomirov.
We dispense with the old titles these days. My husband, all of my past, was taken from me by these Stalinists. When they were gone, I became director of the St. Petersburg Museum of Antiquities to restore and preserve what I can of my country's history.
Still, the delay must be vexing.
If I must be late for my appointments, then they will wait.
I know that I would certainly wait, madame. It has been my extreme pleasure to make your acquaintance, madame.
Au revoir, Monsieur Poirot.
Oh, nice.
A beautiful piano. What a luxury. Pity there's no one to play it.
They would look perfect if they were stage performers. Yes, agreed. No mustaches? Teacher?
Mademoiselle, you are not concerned about the train stopping?
What can one do?
Indeed, this does not make the train move. You have great strength to remain calm at a time like this.
I know one far, far stronger than I.
And that is?
Well, that old lady, for instance. You have probably noticed her. She just has to lift her little finger and ask for something in a polite voice, and the whole train runs.
It runs also for my friend Monsieur Bouc, but that is because he is a director of the line, not because he has a masterful character.
You don't have to have a strong will when you have power. But I suspect I did not need to tell you that, Mr.
Poirot.
Mr. Poirot.
She's interesting.
Good morning, Mr. Fauchet. You have early customers, I see.
Yes, I am stuck serving here as well at breakfast. Everyone is impatient. They keep complaining that the train is not moving. As if I could get out and push it.
It's too early for me to order a boxcar. That is the appropriate drink, I believe.
A gin triple sec, lemon and grenadine mix. A drink for a train indeed.
But not perhaps for my breakfast. I think I will settle for an omelette.
Good luck, sir. Miss Nielsen is helping to serve in the dining car.
The mountain looks nice. Again, I love no one minds that we're like just
The
searching through
Orient
stuff.
Express bar is certainly well stocked.
Where are they hiding these mustaches? Sort of interesting because, like, this isn't a very big area, so, like,
How long are we expected to be stranded here?
It won't do much good complaining to me. That fellow there with the moustache, he may know something.
Excusez-moi, sir.
Yes?
Monsieur Bouc asks for you to join him in compartment 203.
uh-oh.
Look here, Poirot. Can you tell us anything?
I can tell you the snow, it will not move aside on its own.
Of course. But you obviously have some influence with Book.
I am going to see him now. I will ask him if he has any information.
I don't see the American guy. But before we go, you know what we gotta do. Hello, everyone. Where are you hiding? Oh, mustache.
Another delightful trophy for my collection.
I knew there would be one in here. Also, why can't we open that? Chop chop. This doesn't seem like she knows how to chop carrots. One-handed? He's just zoned out. I wonder if his tattoos are going to come into play. Okay. Yeah, I don't see the American guy. I think he died. I think he was right. Something about his life, and we turned down the job. Is it our fault? I got Mochi a Christmas gift. I upgraded her water dish to essentially a lizard pool. She kept using her water dish as a pool and was dumping all the water out multiple times a day, and now she's sleeping in the pool. Aww. That seems like a great gift for Mochi.
Ah, my good friend. Come in. We have need of you.
What has occurred?
A passenger lies dead in his bed. Stabbed.
A passenger? Which passenger?
In there. He's an American. A man called Ratchet.
And Clank?
His valet masterman who was worried that Mr. Ratchet
And
wasn't
Clank?
awake yet. Pierre Michel, the conductor, decided to break in and found the body.
I see. Well, my friend, I think it is best not to touch anything and wait for the police to arrive.
Oh, I tried to call the police, but there is no cell tower for many kilometers. We could be stuck in the snow for hours. The murderer is with us. On the train, now! The sooner we catch him, the sooner we'll be out of danger. The Dr. Constantine is already examining the body.
Mon ami, this is not a missing train ticket. We must follow procedure. We must wait for the police to secure the crime scene.
Please, Poirot. I will take full responsibility.
Book, you ask. Well, if we cannot contact the outside world, then... Oh, you are going to drive me crazy. In truth, this problem intrigues me. I was reflecting not half an hour ago that many hours of boredom lay ahead whilst we are stuck here. And now, a problem lies ready to my hand.
You accept, then?
C'est entendu. You place the matter in my hands.
Ruh-roh. I think she somehow missed the memo that she is a desert-dwelling species. She just loves the water.
Mr. Poirot, I am Dr. Constantine.
Forgive me, Doctor. You are a medical examiner?
No, but I have assisted in post-mortems at Nairobi Hospital, where I am a teaching fellow.
I am familiar with your excellent institution.
I do not intend to perform a full autopsy, but a preliminary examination should be of some use.
Of course. May I have a look? Then we can compare notes.
Please, if you need any help, I won't be far away.
Excellent. Bear, have a good time. Yeah, hopefully it's good. I hope you have a good time. He's a doctor. I think I was not fully paying attention. 89?
No.
How old is he? 47. Right. I don't know how old people are. Okay.
Where can the killer have gone? The snow is falling only lightly this morning. The murderer would have left tracks in the snow if he had jumped out the window.
I just feel like he looks older than 47 to me, I think is the thing. So I was like, 89 maybe? I would have guessed like 60s, perhaps, if that was a choice. He just looks a lot older.
This door communicates with compartment 204.
Yeah,
The
60s,
latch
I think.
open on this side.
Yep.
This
Pharma sleep. Take a pill before going to sleep.
box of sleeping pills. I'll take photos.
Oh, we're gonna have to figure out a code. Okay.
I wonder what could be in this photo.
How can I restore it? You cannot start a workshop while you're doing another activity. Okay. Fine. Alice was walking in the forest of 1,000 flowers. She picked 10 flowers to make a bouquet. Suddenly, the bouquet turned into a butterfly, and the flowers on the ground began to multiply. There were twice as many. Alice arrived in front of a door that asked her, "If you want to get out of the forest, you must tell me how many flowers are left in the forest."
Not exactly the reading material one would expect of a man like Ratchet.
And Clank?
Expensive clothing, recently laundered.
Is that code for something?
The chain lock is broken. Monsieur Michel told me that he broke the chain on the door to get into the room.
Some kind of spray there. And there looks like there's like I feel like there's more stuff we need to look at. Oh. There we go.
I'm sure I will find some interesting things inside.
Cracked screen.
This phone was deliberately smashed. Did it belong to Ratchet? I'll take photos.
And Clank. Oh?
Last night, Monsieur Ratchet said he takes precautions. I see now what he meant. He knew he was in danger and wanted to be ready, yet it was no use to him. I will leave it here for the police. The watch is broken. The hands are stopped at 1:15 a.m. One would expect that to be the time when the attack occurred.
Oh, he was stabbed multiple times.
As you see, the victim has been stabbed many times. Several alone would have been fatal.
Yes, I agree. An attack most savage.
I will, of course, prepare a complete...
Oh. I don't know what happened there. Just saw my Steam recap. Played 41 games this year, 40 more than last year. Apparently unlocked 13 rare achievements, but I don't know what they are. Oh, I think... Does it not show you if you scroll down? No, we were looking at Steam achievements earlier. Or the Steam recap. Is there anything else? Oh.
A handkerchief. There's a letter H embroidered on it. I'm sorry, Doctor, but I must question you.
Of course. I must be considered under suspicion like everyone else.
May I know your movements last night?
I share compartment 101 with Mr. Book. He would not stop talking about his beloved train. I listened to him for hours talking about his Orient Express.
My friend Book will no doubt confirm this. Did you know the victim?
Not at all. I noticed him last night at dinner, but I did not pay much attention.
Did you touch anything in here this morning?
I checked for a pulse. There was none. Rigor mortis had commenced. The body was cool to the touch. I touched nothing else.
What can you tell me about the victim?
He died from multiple stab wounds of varying angles and depth. More than one would have been fatal. I would place the time of death roughly between midnight and 2 a.m. With more time, I hope I can be more precise.
I assume the open window complicates matters.
Indeed. Conditions are not perfect.
Thank you for your help, Doctor.
Anything else? Still have this.
The chain lock is Monsieur Michel. I shouldn't leave until I have finished inspecting the crime scene.
Something over here still? Drawers, maybe? No? Do I need to do this thing now? Ah, okay. There's one at Disco Elysium that is glowing, but I don't see any of the others. Interesting. Select two elements that reveal the most likely way the murder exited.
Think,
Oh,
Poirot.
those
That
aren't
is
related.
Not a good answer.
I see. The train is stopped, and the window. There you go. The murderer probably hoped he was going to get out at the next station through the window, but the train never made it. Oh. The lady said that there was a man in her room. The murderer was able to get through the connecting door because it was not latched.
So, the murderer must have exited through Madame Hubbard's room. I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Who are the two people who could have seen the murderer leave the room? Maybe?
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Where is... Can I do this part now? Okay, nice. Little stuffed cat? Kind of looks like an octopus cat. Unbelievably boring as the glowing ones say 7 incredibly boring things. 9.7% of players have this achievement. Amazing. I love the achievements in Disco Elysium. I'd love to 100% it. For Daisy.
For Daisy. Interesting. Et voilà.
Et voilà. Hold on. Daisy. We don't have a Daisy, right? But we have the story about the flower girl. Maybe related?
I shouldn't leave until I have finished inspecting the crime scene.
I mean... Is this what we're looking for? It's the only thing that I see that we haven't done. But... I've loved to watch you play multiple playthroughs of that. Based on the decisions you made the first time, I doubt you have the boring achievement. I don't know if I do. I can probably... Wait a minute. No, I do have it. Oh, wait, do I? Wait a minute. No, it's just showing me... How do I... Wait. Oh! I played it on... Hold on. I also have it on Steam, but I have not... I have 0 achievements on Steam. Did I miss it? How can I... Where are ya? Don't have very many. Let's see. I do have the literally the sorriest cop. What is that one called? Baddest of the bad cops. I don't think I have that one. Doesn't look like it. Oh wait. No, I don't have it. I have that one too. I apologized as often as I could. I just felt so bad. I was a very sorry cop. I would like to do another playthrough of it. So I wonder... Okay, hold on. Is this... So... $1980? Maybe? There we go. Okay.
Not very surprising.
Call Cairo, check carpets delivery. Orient Express. Call DC, check money. JV? TV? Debrief with H. Arriving to Venice.
Ratchet had an appointment he will never keep.
Fontana de...
A meeting place on the back of a postcard. Someone with the initials AW.
Maybe Alice something. It has a white rabbit. And Alice was on the note card thing. Okay. For each person hurt, you will suffer the same harm. Your death is near, we never forget.
Unusual letter, this.
It's quite a few stab wounds. Oh, that's very funny. Yeah, I loved that game. All right. Select 2 elements that will help uncover what happened. We have that. Cretin, welcome in. How are you? How are you after your Christmas party show? The note and the gun? Because he was worried. He was on his guard, and then... I mean...
I do not think that's the right answer. I must admit,
No?
I'm not right this time.
I mean, aren't they all related? I was an angel and didn't drink. So I got a good full night's sleep and feel great. Oh, that's wonderful. We love a good night's sleep. I was like, oh, I don't think I couldn't remember, because time is so hazy. I couldn't remember if that, like, when that was. So I was like, oh, I don't think I saw them streaming today, but that makes sense. But anyway, I'm glad that it was a good party. Are you back home already now? Because I think you said you were staying over there, right?
I can't imagine Ratchet
And
taking
Clank.
a sleeping pill if he feared for his life.
That is an
know I
odd
did that.
choice.
That happens to me a lot.
It's an odd choice to be like, I'm afraid for my life. I'm going to sleep with a gun. Also, I'm taking sleeping pills. Work is a 2-hour drive away, so lots of driving. Oh my goodness, that is a drive. That's a drive. I'm back home. Yeah, okay, good. Yeesh, that is I didn't realize you had to commute that far. But I'm glad that you're back home. Glad you get to rest. When's the next stream? Need to interview the people who work for Ratchet and Clank. They might be able to tell me something about the victim. Mr. McQueen and he's Italian. I don't really know him. Are you? Okay. I don't think we've really talked to him very much.
That's the right answer.
Okay. His valet. I see. He'll be on tonight. I'm going to see Avatar 3 after work and before stream, so I'm super hyped. You'll have to tell me how that is. I'm very curious. Nice. You're in the middle of work. Nice. Are you gonna get to sleep before the or like nap before stream, or just going straight from the movie to stream?
I think I've seen everything I need at the moment. I am counting on you to finish your analysis.
I'll have a more detailed report for you as soon as I can.
All right. Bye-bye. I'll pray for a nap.
So, Poirot, did you find anything out?
It's a bit early for the handcuffs, my friend. Even for Hercule Poirot.
Hercule
Do not
Poirot.
worry, mon ami. I believe our culprit has no plans to strike again. Monsieur Ratchet was the target. Of that I am convinced. Tell me, Book, how did you spend last night?
This is a joke, I hope. Don't you trust your old friend?
My friend, calm yourself. I must hear your story in order to corroborate other accounts.
Ah, naturally. Let me see. I went to my compartment after dinner. Dr. Constantine was already there. We talked about his career. He's a Cambridge man, you know. After university, he returned to his country and has done much good there. He was so interested in the Orient Express. I told him all the anecdotes I know. I'm not certain when we fell asleep, but it was very late.
Everyone pray for me. Will do. Will do. We've got... I would love to make an emote like this for myself. But there you go. Well, that's fun. I hope tonight you have plenty of energy for stream. If not, coffee. You know, I hope also the coffee flows. Isn't it? I would love... It's been on my list of, like, I would love a pray emote like that, because I think it's just so funny looking. Caffeine is always the answer. Agreed. Big agree. Well, that's cool. What did you guys do at the Christmas party?
Here is what I have found out. Monsieur Ratchet was stabbed many times. I also found threatening letters in his safe. He had a loaded gun under his pillow, so he was on guard, ready to defend himself. However, there was an empty glass with white residue at the bottom. I suspect a barbiturate. Perhaps he was forced to take it. In any case, I am certain he was unconscious, unable to defend himself. I also found several other items at the crime scene, possibly related to the murder. They must be investigated.
By all means, Poirot. As fast as you can.
I also found liquid for an electronic cigarette, but I could not find a vape. This might belong to the murderer.
This criminal is an amateur.
Hearing Poirot say vape is, like, wild. not what I the fact that this is like modern day is so surprising to me. But I mean, I guess also I would imagine a normal sleeping pill you probably like you would swallow the tablet, but this one seems to just have been mixed in his water, so that it does maybe seem odd, but like the sleeping pill bottle is just on the shelf, like it's not hidden. And I don't know. There's just so many... There's some weird things. We did mini golf, then a bunch of fancy finger foods while people got absolutely drunk at a winery distillery. Mini golf sounds super fun. That does sound wonderful. How did you do? Did you win? Did you beat them all?
I need a list of the passengers with their compartment numbers.
Pierre Michel will have it.
I must interview the rest of the passengers and the staff.
I'll be in the bar car if you need me. We are hours late. Soon I hope help will arrive.
Did well. I won my group, but a few other groups got lower scores. Dang. Well, that's still, you know, I don't know. We don't care about those groups. We just care about your group and if you won there. Well, that's fun. There was something I was about to ask you. I'm forgetting. Okay. Gonna have to look at that. Oh. What are you doing in here? We'll come back to you in a second. This isn't me, right? No. Okay, it's this guy.
Jetpack to the moon.
Oh, anonymous. Thank you so much for gifting us up to Cretin. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Enjoy the ad-free viewing. I was gonna look around for mustaches. Wait, why can't I look at that? Oh, there we go.
can never have too many of these.
Where's the other one though? Hold on. We gotta take a look. Careful, careful. I don't see anything. Nope. 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 How has been like adjusting to your stream schedule? I know you guys have been doing it for a while now. I think you can have too many. I disagree. We need all of the golden mustaches. That's the murder room.
Good morning, madam. I am Hercule Poirot.
Caroline Hubbard. What can I do for you, Mr. Poirot?
I am the bearer of unfortunate news.
It's obvious with all the commotion that something has happened.
Madame Hubbard, I am afraid your neighbor, Monsieur Ratchet, was murdered last night.
Oh my God. I knew it. I knew it.
I would like to ask you some questions, but first, may I inspect your room?
Of course, yes, you must.
She is, well, I think she's American. I don't know what she does for we'll say she's a controller, and she's 60?
I do not think...
Housewife? Okay. It's very tough for both of us, but I think we are quite good at it together, and it'll be all worth it. That's good. I'm sure, yeah, schedule changes and all of that, and all of that. It's, you know, it's rough, but you guys are great together, so I think it's, you know, I think it is worth it. So that's good. I'm glad that you guys are doing it. It seems like you guys are having a great time. Okay. I'm double checking for mustaches before. There we go. It's the daylight savings that is so rude. Oh wait, do you guys do daylight savings or no?
Haha! Golden mustache.
We do. Does Devin not live in a place that does? I know there's some places. Wait, we went forwards, they went back. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Right. I never considered that. Because all I know is because Queensland doesn't have daylight savings, like YV starts an hour earlier for me, but I didn't think about it. If they did have daylight savings, they would have moved forward instead, which would make sense. Interesting. So my 4 a.m. usually is now 6 a.m. to end at the same time. Ugh. That is unfortunate. Yeah, and here, let me give old Aussie Cretin shout out here. He also streams with I can't do a normal shout out for both of them, but I think I can do this one for Devin. So Cretin and Devin stream together, and are usually doing stream together. But Dev's a better streamer along for the ride. I don't think that's necessarily true. More experienced, but I think together you guys you're crushing it. You're doing the same. I think I don't think I'd be able to say one is better than the other, because you guys are. I think you're better together, right? I think that's really, you know. But that's not also true, because you guys stream by yourselves. So I'm not saying those are not as good. It is enjoyable watching both of you stream together. But you should follow both of them if you're not, because they are fantastic. But what was I gonna say? That's very cool. Also, I just realized it kind of looks like the pattern around the room is very like train car-y. Like it looks like train tracks, kind of. Like the little I don't know what you'd call that. It's not molding, but the like that stuff. That's pretty cool. Jed is a solid reason why we even dual stream. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? Player 4, the ultimate pal for your subathon needs. They're serving up horror, giveaways, and song requests faster than you can say Rocket League. Last we saw them, they were bonding with Ozzy Cretin over some questionable decisions. I wonder what that is in reference to. Tune in for the best and possibly worst times of your life. Oh my goodness. Is that in Devin's bio? Player 4. Where did he even pull that from? I don't see it. Unless, wait, hold on. Let me look at the, Wait. Where's Devin's VODs? Past broadcasts? Does Devin not publish his VODs? Why do I see no VODs listed? Was ist das? He does it because why doesn't he separate his music? Why does he separate his music? It was after No Man's Skies when we kicked it off, which was wait, really? Oh, I didn't realize that. How'd that happen? I thought you guys were. I thought you guys had. I mean, I know you guys were streaming separate, but at that point, but that's interesting. I didn't realize that. Well, I'm glad to have helped. Been following both of them for a little. They just stream in the middle of my workday. Yeah, that's fair. He doesn't because his music is. I've been saying this, Jet. Yeah, Cretin. Why doesn't he clip this and send them this on my behalf? It literally takes like not very long to do to separate your audio track. Devin, you need to separate your audio. Because I feel like also, I will say, I think it's good to have VODs in place. Because then, like, when people click on your profile, they know that you've streamed recently. So I feel like you should have your VODs listed. After those 3 8-hour gaming sessions, we dual stream every time since. Oh, that's amazing. It's on the list 100%. Okay. It takes like 5 minutes to do. But at least my VODs are up in the same thing. Yeah, that's true. But like if people were like looking at Devin's, like just now, if I was, if I said, hey, everyone go follow Devin, they'd be like, technically if you click on schedule, it says he last streamed yesterday, but I think it's good to have it like, listed. And granted, he has like clips and stuff that you can see, but Bruised, welcome in. How are you? How are you, Bruised? How's the weather? I just know, like, sometimes I'll click on people's profiles and be like, oh, they have no VOD, so I can't, like, I can't get any kind of like indication of what their streams are like or anything. So I don't know. But at least he gets clipped a lot. He's very clippable. So I don't know. I just think it literally takes 5 minutes to set up your audio like that. It's gonna hit 50. Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty warmish, I feel like. It's in the single digits right now. Very cold, but yeah, it is kind of warmish. But that's cool, Credden. I didn't realize that had spawned from No Man's Sky, but that's very cool. Oh, that's very nice. I'm glad that that it's been so fruitful, because you guys seem like great friends. So it's cool to see you guys streaming together and having fun. Yeah, I saw that it was snowing where you were earlier. Yeah, it's currently 11. Looks like next week we're going into the negatives. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be very cold. We were mates before that for sure, but that was a big catalyst. So that's good. I'm glad that that happened. So that you're welcome. I'll take my credit for getting that going. Love negative temps. I mean, I like the cold. I don't mind it, but that's very cool. That's good to hear. I'm glad things have been going well. It seems like I know I'm unable to pop in as often as I used to be able to, but it seems like you guys are doing well. It seems like you guys are having fun, keeping the chat going, and all that. So that's cool. That's very cool. Bruce, how have you been though? What have you been up to? Would you like it as much if you had to leave for work in the negative temps? That is a difference. Is that since I work from home, I don't actually have to like go out in it. So that is nice. It does make it like I don't mind it because I don't have to really go out in it very often. It's way past my bedtime. I'm never awake. What time do you... Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, you're probably, what, 9 p.m. right now? What time do you go to sleep? Because I know you sometimes wake up for YV streams. Or, yeah. Yeah. You're, like, on your way to work, maybe. But I know what it's like to... have to well, not have to, I know what it's like to adjust your schedule for things, staying up for YV stream, or trying to like figure out I'll take a nap beforehand, and then I'll try. Sometimes I'll like take a nap after stream and then stay up for his, but I always miss your streams. It's 10 p.m. Oh, I wake up around 2 a.m. Yeesh. Sleep is at 6? Goodness. Sometimes in bed at 5. What time do you start work? What time do you start work? That is a wild shift. I say that being like, I go to sleep every day at like 4 a.m. So it's fine. I as if I have like a normal schedule, but I quit that job. That's just normal for me. Oh, really? What do you do? Are you just a morning person? 4 a.m. is sleeping in. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, I'm usually my schedule is like already set to Australia. So when I was over there, it was like nothing changed for me. I was actually more productive when I was in Australia. And I like woke up early every day. I was a better human in Australia, essentially, is what I'm saying. Here, I'm a degenerate. But in Australia, I was like a productive memory. I'll move down here. I would love to. A friend of ours, Daz, said he's already kind of like asking people for job things. I need to send him like a portfolio of stuff that I've worked on. Also, for those who didn't see or X'd out of the pinned message, currently on the Patreon, there is a free post if you want the first part of the Australia trip recap. I'm doing, I want to do a Australia trip recap stream, but that's going to be kind of like a bird's eye view of the trip. I'm doing like more in-depth recaps on the Patreon, and those are all going to be free posts. You just have to sign up for my Patreon, but there's like a free member option. You just sign up as a free member and you can see those. There's still some posts that are only for paid members, but if you are curious about the first part of the trip, it's the first 4 days of the trip. You can watch that video, and then the next video will be about the road trip. I'm divvying it up. I think there's going to be about 4 videos. Yeah, I don't know. Doctor said, I need a sleep study. I said, I get 6 to 8. What's the problem? I feel like that's fine. As long as then you can also find like, you know, a schedule that works for you. I think that, I mean, I don't know. I'm no doctor though. And also my sleep schedule is wild. So I hope Dev loves his 3 months and moves here. I'm sure he will love it. I'm so jealous of 3 months. 3 months would have been amazing. But yeah, I can imagine him moving. I don't see why he wouldn't, unless like, you know, I guess he has a family and stuff. So that's, you know, that's maybe the only thing. Luckily, I don't. So I can just, if I get the opportunity to move, if there was an opportunity and they said, we need you to move next week, I'd be like, yes, I'm done. Sign me up. I will do anything. I'll sell my car and everything I have and move down there. You should have to, I wish, I think it would have literally driven YV insane. But I totally would have. I think also I for sure didn't have funds for that long. So I would have had to, you know, it'd been a whole other thing, but I would like to, I think what we've talked about is I'm going to start another fundraiser whenever I do the Australia trip recap stream. But I don't think I will stay for 3 months, but I'll probably, I don't know, maybe I can, just depending on stuff, I can see if I can stay a little bit longer or something, but, or maybe that just goes towards helping me move. You can do 90 days without a visa. Yeah, I also did the Electronic Travel Authority, the ETA or something. Stay with mates. YV only let me stay with him a couple of days, so I had to pay for hotels the rest of the time. So I don't really know if I would have the places to stay, but off to bed. Have a good chat, Bruce. Thank you for coming in. It's always good to see you. Hope to see you around. And if not, I'm sure maybe I'll see you in YV's stream every once in a while or whatever. But yeah, I think I stayed with YV maybe 5 times or something. And that was like, I had to like ask a few times. He was like, you could stay twice. And I was like, at the end of it, I was like, is there any way I could stay a little bit longer for a few extra days? Because just to save money. So he was like, okay, yeah, sure. But yeah, we were, yeah, so it depends on, all of that stuff, but who knows? I would love to move over there. I'd be so down. I'd be so incredibly down, but it's just, all of the logistics. I don't think I have, I would have to find, some company to probably like sponsor me or something. Just because none of my skills specifically, I'm not on the, I don't work in an industry that is sought after by Australian immigration. That would be very fun. That'd be very, very fun. I know we talked about, I had asked before I left the trip, it's possible this has changed, and YV was just saying it at the time, that I was like, oh, if I ever come back, could we take like another trip somewhere or something? So we talked about maybe, because we went on a road trip to Sydney and areas around. But we talked about maybe going to Melbourne, but I'm sure we could, who knows? But that just, who knows? That even, again, he could change his mind. He could also be like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. So he could be 100% welcome to stay with me. That'd be amazing. I'm sure we would have so much fun. That'd be very, very cool. So yeah, so maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, I mean, that's also if, again, who knows if I will ever get the chance to go to Australia again. Who knows if I will ever get the chance to see YV again. So we don't know. So many ifs and dreams and hopes, but it would be lovely. I would love to go back. I think in my mind, there's sort of like, if I were to ever go on another trip elsewhere, it would definitely be going back to Australia. I wouldn't go really anywhere else, I don't think. Because I just enjoyed it so much. So, and, it's just wonderful, the people that I know over there. So I would love to see all of them again and see people that I didn't see last time. So it was great. I didn't get to see that many people, really. And we'll get to this on the recap, but basically everything I said that I wanted to do, I didn't do, except for hang out with YV. I think that was really the only thing I did, but everything else that I was like, these are the things that I want to do, none of them happened. I loved the Australia Zoo. It was very, very cool. So many cool animals that I had never seen before. It was also and it makes sense, a very well put together zoo. Walking around, the aesthetics of it, the buildings and all of that. Bindi's, the zoo, it's separated into sections, and Bindi has a section called it's Bindi's Island? Maybe it's Bindi's Island. The entrance to it is very cool. It's it looks like a pirate ship or something, or some kind of old ship. You're seeing it from the side, so you're kind of walking kind of under the ship, and then it opens up. And then it opens up to an island, but I was like, oh, the aesthetics of this place are so cool. Made it head up with step. I would recommend it. It was very, very cool. If you want to do any excursions, or not excursions, encounters, that's what it is. If you want to do any encounters, you need to sign up ahead of time, before, in advance. As soon as you know the dates of when you're going, you gotta, if you want to touch an animal or hold it or whatever, you gotta sign up way before. I didn't realize that. Spoilers for the recaps, but anyway, it was great. I'm excited for the zoo picks. That's definitely my bucket list place. Yeah, it was great. It was a hot day. It also rained quite a bit, and did it lightning? I think it lightninged a couple times. But it was good. Wivey and I walked around, got to see a bunch of cool animals. It was great. I have plenty of photo and video from the zoo. It was very cool. I didn't see any Irwins. No Irwins were walking around. But very cool. I also liked because Wivey has a friend that lives in Malulaba, and so we stayed at a hotel there, and like hung out with his friend a little bit, and then also just went to like some of the shops by the beach and whatever, and that was just very cool. That was like, I really liked that area. They weren't away. I know. I think Robert was probably doing Dancing with the Stars, but I didn't see the mom or Bindi, so you know. We didn't go to the Croc show. That's also, so maybe they would have been somewhere around there or something. But oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. Sounds so awesome. Yeah. Have you been to the Australia Zoo before, Cretin? I know it's like in a completely different state, but didn't know if you've made the trek there at any point in your life. I haven't. Oh, I think you'll enjoy it. I think Wivey was unsure if he had ever been, and then I think while we were there, he was like, I think I have been here when I was little, but he didn't have like many memories of it. But yeah, it was very cool. I mean, a very well done zoo, and I've been to some good zoos before, so I was like, this is, I mean, excellent. So I did that, and yeah. Also, I loved the gift shop. The gift shop was nice. But let's see. I have a lot of photos. I need to, even though I am not there anymore, I still need to like post a bunch of photos on Instagram and like post them through my stories or whatever. I know it'll be confusing for people being like, you're not there anymore, but I took over 6,000 photos on my trip, and it wasn't enough. So I still need to go through that and whatever, but sometimes going through the pics make me a little sad. So I think I have to do that sort of in bursts a little bit. Post them anyway. Yeah, for sure I will. And I have plenty of video I need to edit. There's like fun videos that I want to put together, like edit them to music. There's some that I'm sure I can just post that are like just the footage or whatever, but yeah, plenty to do. But anyway, it was such a good time. I really hope I get to go back. I really hope I get to see people again, and you know, all of that. And if not, I also hope that maybe one day I get to move there, because I would absolutely love to. I just don't know. I just don't know how. I just don't know how they would even accept me over there. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe the right job opportunity or something will come up, and they'll help me move, or like or at least sponsor my visa or something, and I can live there long enough. Visa, job, do it. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. Again, like the work visas are like, they seem to only give them to people who have certain job experience. Like if you were a doctor, if you are a scientist of some kind, if you are a tradesperson, I think depending on the trade, that's like very sought after. Unfortunately, it does not seem like marketing, video editing, graphic design, that stuff is not considered to be one of their sought after jobs, which that's like all of my experience. Do they want music? I mean, teachers are probably needed, I would imagine. But I don't know if that's true. I'm in a lot of Australian subreddits, and I feel like I've heard that they do need teachers, but I don't know if that's actually like specifically one of the ones that are like needed, you know. Just apply and see what happens. True. I think I would like to talk to an immigration agent at some point and schedule an appointment with one to see if there's like, you know, see what they can help me with, what they suggest. But I don't know. I'd love it. I follow a couple of Aussie teachers on Insta, and conditions seem so much better for them. I think that does seem true. Smart idea. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people recommend talking to immigration agents. I do know a few things. One, Australia seems to be one of the most difficult countries to immigrate to. Yeah, and there's like I've heard a lot of more discouraging things, I think, but I don't know. It depends on if, you know, again, if I can find a job or you know, but we'll see. It'd be amazing. I mean, and also what's nice is like technically, like I would be able to do some of the work that I do now, I would still be able to do over there, with the right visa. Like, which would help, I bet, and with moving and all of that. So work-life balance here is amazing. It does seem that way. And also, I mean, I don't know. It was beautiful. I loved Australia. I mean, I could see myself living in Brisbane. I think it's possible that it would drive YV crazy, so I don't know if I would. So, but if not Brisbane, Newcastle I thought was just so beautiful. I loved Newcastle. That was, we stayed there the first nights of the road trip. And, I loved it. Absolutely. Like, I think some of my favorite, like, environments and pictures that I took, like landscape-ish photos, were from there. Just the beach and the sunsets, and even just like the city of Newcastle. The building architecture was very weird, but very nice and cool, and I liked it. It was weird in the sense that, like, the buildings didn't necessarily match up to the ones next to them. So, like, you would see a house that was, like, clearly inspired by, like, Nordic homes, where the roof is, like, super angular, like, at a very intense angle. And, like, all of the, like, what's it called? Gables or something? All of the points on the roof were like super sharp, and so it was like, okay, very clearly, like, yeah, Nordic inspired architecture. And then you would go look at the house next to it, and it's like kind of like an average brick home, wide roof, not as tall of roofs or whatever. It was, but then like, and then next to that, it was like something really different. But it was like, I don't know, it was very cool. Like I really liked that. But Newcastle is also like, it's a small city, but not like too large, I guess. But Sydney was cool too. And we have friends that live around there, so like I don't know. If I lived near Newcastle, I'd still know some people. Never been to Newcastle, but I've been to Sydney lots. Yeah, Sydney was pretty cool. Unfortunately, it was like that portion of the trip has been soured by I don't know if you heard, but Wivey has a teddy bear named Bill, and he lost Bill at that part of the trip. And I think sort of that part of the trip and onward is sort of like more of a sad memory for an experience for Wivey than it is like a positive one. And I would say I still enjoyed being with Wivey during that time and being there for him. And Bill was, it's like, had been in his family for like 40 years, over 40 years or something. And he's had him since he was like 1. So like it was a major loss. So it was like, it's very rough. So I know like there's, I didn't really take as many photos during those days. So when I'm going over the road trip, there's not as much there because it was sort of, it just was not appropriate. It was not the time or place to like be taking a lot. I do have like a few sort of like random snapshots, but so yeah, that I feel like that sort of soured that, but Sydney was very cool. Had some good food there, and it'd be fun to go back. I mean, the Opera House is very cool. It's very neat to like, I don't know, see it in person. Wivey and I ran up the steps. We raced each other. I knew before that Wivey was going to beat me. There was no question in my mind, but it was still fun to be able to say that I raced Wivey up the steps. Lost miserably, but it was still fun. I pooped in the Opera House, so I can say that. Of the Opera House? Yeah, we were standing out front, and I was like, basically like, I'll race you up those steps or something. And he was like, why? I was like, I mean, just because. But then I was like, what's great is Wivey's more competitive than I am not competitive. I don't care about many things. But I was like, basically like, no, I mean, if you think I'd beat you or something. And then I think he was like, fine. And I mean, he destroyed me. Absolutely demolished me. But a fun memory nonetheless. But yeah, we raced up the steps of the Opera House. And then later I needed to go to the bathroom, and so I pooped in there. And I think I was telling Daz, who lives near Sydney, and I was like, I pooped inside the Opera House, and he was like, a lot of Aussies can't say that. So I was like, I know, isn't that, it's great. I can now always look at the Opera House and be like, I pooped in there. I did get a cool shirt. We went to the gift shop. We didn't actually like go inside and like take a tour or whatever, but we at least got to go like to the bathroom. So lovely. We met up with another streamer there. So that was cool. OTR. But I'll have pictures of that. That'll be on the next recap. And also, again, my plan is to do the Aussie trip recap stream before Christmas at some point. I just haven't figured out when that'll be. But the next recap will be on the Patreon will be the road trip. So there will be Sydney and Newcastle, Tanilba Bay, lots of pictures of Yvie in the car driving. There will be some beach photos. Lots of Yvie doing some boogie boarding. Went to some caves. It's very cool. It was so much fun. The trip, the road trip was probably one of my like favorite parts of the trip as a whole. 'Cause it was like very fun. I mean, again, the fun times were very fun. But like just uninterrupted time with Yvie, and it was just the best. Like that part was just so cool. I'm obsessed with road trips. Can't wait to do some with Dev. Oh, that would be wonderful. That would be so cool. Yours sounds incredible. Yeah, it was so much fun. Again, the sad parts were very sad. Unfortunate that happened, and that like I feel like it'll always be like remembered as the trip that Yvie lost Bill, unfortunately. So I don't know if he will ever really be able to look at the road trip very fondly. However, for me, the good times were great, and like it was nice also because we left on my 5th day on the trip. Well, there were the first 4 days, 2 of those were travel. So really, like, you know, it was one of my first days actually in Australia that we went on the trip, and so it was good. I think it was a good way to like kick off the trip, and also like kick off like hanging out with Yvie in person, and you know, seeing what that was like. You know, friendship in person and all of that. So, but low lows make the highs higher. I don't know. I would agree to that in like in a general way. I think that's true. The sad times help you appreciate the happy times. I don't know if I don't think I would imagine Yvie would disagree in terms of this road trip. I think it like, you know, I think he, understandably, I think it was very, you know, unfortunately very, you know, upsetting. And I wouldn't doubt that he was sort of like partially upset, I think, the rest of my trip while I was there. Not necessarily at me, but I think just, you know, emotionally having a rough go of it. So traumatic. Yeah. So I don't know if he's able to see that maybe at some point eventually. But yeah, I think he is. And then honestly at my last week there, I was like in shambles. I think I had a rough go at it. 'Cause I knew it was ending, you know. I think I did a good job most of the trip of trying to be present and trying to be like, you know, cognizant of this is perhaps the last time I will ever be with Yvie or with, you know, here in Australia or like, and so I wanted to make the most of that. And I think I did overall a pretty good job. I'm sure if I had the chance to do some of it over, I would, you know, do different things or whatever. But I do think like knowing that also made my last week there, like, I was on a emotional hair trigger away from crying pretty much at any point, because I just knew that it was like, you know, one of these hugs is going to be the last one. You know, this is like the last chance that I will get to you know, do this or that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I'm glad you think that. I think it's often seen as a bothersome problem. I'm pretty sure. My emotionalness. But what was I gonna say? There's something. Oh, I guess because like, I was on YV's stream twice. The second time I was on, I was like severely depressed. And I was so incredibly sad because I knew that the trip was coming to an end. I asked him to take down the VOD because I was like, I think I was way too unhappy, I think, during all of that, because I just knew that it was all coming to a close. And so yeah, so the VOD is not on his YouTube because I was like, that my time on his stream the second time, I was just in a very sad mood. So I think my last week there were some great times, and we did go and do some fun things and whatever, but I got to like I didn't get to like have long hangouts with YV very much after the road trip. For the most part, we did go again. We spent a weekend up in Malulaba, but I would at least see him. I would meet him for lunch while he was at work, and then I would go off and do my own thing. But I was at least like glad to be able to do that and to at least like see him there. And then anyway, that whole week. So like those times were great, but then some of them between times I would just be so sad. You'll be back. You loved it too much and want it too bad for it to never happen again in some way. I really hope so. I hope that I'd love to come back again. Moving there I think would be amazing. I hope that YV and I are still friends and that we get to hang out again, because that would be super fun. I hope I get to hang out with him and see him again, because that was a wonderful, I don't know. It was just amazing. It was a dream. Like, what a wonderful experience. And again, thank you to everybody who contributed towards that trip, because like I would not have been able to do it without like the community. And so yeah, you guys helped me, you know, experience a dream. Bear, welcome back. How was Fallout? So yeah, it was such a, like, I don't know, such a wonderful. I need more. Was it the whole season, or big ups the community? Yeah, for sure. Everybody who contributed towards it, and even if you weren't able to contribute towards it, like even people who lurk and whatever, that, you know, helps in a way too. So like, thank you for you know, everyone doing that. And I'm sure when we do the recap stream, I'll give some more thanks, I'm sure, and you know, releasing it weekly. Oh, I hate that. See, that's why I'm just like, Stranger Things, I'll wait till it's all out. I'll just binge it in one go. I hate waiting now. It was fine when it was like shows came out at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. That was fine because everyone would watch it at the same time. But now I'm like, just release it all. I'm not going to. I don't engage in those communities when they release it weekly or whatever. because then I'm just like, I'll avoid, because I want to avoid spoilers. And then, I don't know. I just release it all at once. Do it for me. But yeah, but thank you everyone again for if you contributed to the Australia trip, because that was like, again, it's hard for me to describe it besides saying it was a dream, because it was like, it felt very unreal, much to YV's chagrin. We would be like, he'd be driving or we would be somewhere, and I would just be like, this is so cool. Like, this is so amazing that I'm here and doing this and hanging out. I think he was very, to that, he would just roll his eyes and just be like, you know, this isn't anything special. But I'd be like, it is. But we just have very different perspectives, I think, on everything. But anyway. It was very much a dream, and so cool, and I hope in the recaps and stuff that comes across. I hope that all of that comes across as how wonderful it was. But for the Patreon recaps, I'm trying to do as deep of a dive as possible into, like, you know, what we did, the stories, all of that, because it'll be fun. If I ever want to go back, I can, I mean, obviously I have my photos and stuff, but while the stories are fresh, I can remember some of that too. So, or who knows, maybe YV will need a refresh one day and he can watch those. But anyway, but I also think it's a fun thing to do for people who then, like, contributed to the trip, because then you get sort of like an idea of, like, how it was. I planned on updating everyone as I went along, but my hotel had the worst internet ever, and so I wasn't able to, like, I could barely, like, if I wanted to check my email, it was literally impossible unless I was just looking at my phone. But, like, updating, if I wanted to upload a photo or something, it would have been miserable. I still had to do some work while I was in Australia. I went to a nearby shopping center because they had Wi-Fi there and, like, places I could sit down and do some work. And so I would bring my laptop over to the shopping center, and, like, I had to upload a few videos for work and stuff. So I was like, you know, that I was only able to do that from there. I was hoping I'd be able to do it from my hotel room, but no. So, but who knows? I'd love to be back. So we'll, you know, again, it feels weird to start another, fundraiser after coming back from this trip, but you guys have given me permission. So I will do that. You were still working over there? Yeah, I was. I still had to do work and stuff. So, like, I tried to do as much of it ahead of time as possible. Like, the week before I left, I worked overtime because I'm going to destroy my autocorrect. I'm sorry. Speaking of work, I have to dip off and do some more. Cretin, thank you for being here. Thank you for popping in. Always good to see you. I hope you have a good one. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I hope you have a good day. We'll see you around, checking out your stream and stuff. So, friends, if you're not following Cretin, please do. Go follow Player 4 as well. Yeah, I did work a lot of work before I left. So that way, because I was just like, just in case on my travels, like, in the case some, like, I can have everything scheduled out, because I do a lot of, like, social media management stuff. So, like, I scheduled all of that out, and then I tried doing that. So, like, there were a couple of days, like, after the road trip, one of the days back, I didn't really like do very much. I just like worked at one of the shopping centers pretty much. Like after the road trip, YV was basically like, I'm going to need a break from you. so I didn't see him until a few days later. So one of those days I just worked pretty much the entire time, and set up sort of a lot of the next week. So that way things were like kind of good to go. And then throughout the week I did a little bit of work. But yeah, a lot of it was like, and actually I did some work on the road trip even. There was one of the nights after, it was one of the last nights. I was just like, I think YV had already fallen asleep, and I just like got on my laptop and like went into our little, like, there's like a hallway that led to like a bathroom or whatever. I just like sat in the hallway, like lights off, just typing and working and setting stuff up, because that internet was good. And I was like, I know that when I go back to the hotel, like, just in case, I should make sure all of this is like good to go. But anyway, so yeah, I was still doing work on the trip, and that helped though. I mean, I needed to do that because it helped with like getting paid and having money for the trip and stuff. So the amount raised and the amount I had from like work and stuff was like literally like just enough. At the end of the trip, it was like, all right, we're getting things are getting pretty low there. But anyway, we'll get to some of that in the recap. Because and luckily we also got a couple of donos on the last part of the trip as well. But I was like, I knew one of the things that I wanted to do before leaving. I was like, I want to take YV out to like a really nice place, and we did. So we had like one really nice dinner before I left. Fabulosa! Being able to work on your trip is the second best thing to not having to work on your trip. Like, if you couldn't and had to stay home more days, shout out to the internet. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the alternative is not having money or having to come home earlier or something. So like it was good that I was able to do that. And I do work that I'm able to work remotely and stuff. And that they didn't mind that I did that also. Because I have like I typically have like a standing meeting every week at the same time, and they were able to like move things around. And I think one of the weeks we didn't meet at all, so that was nice. At least you know for next time where you should start as a base. Yeah, that's also for sure, I think, something that I'll know, and I'll probably adjust for fundraising and stuff. I think I'm also gonna do it differently. I think I said this before. Last time I did, like, I just had a big number for the tickets, and we were trying to get to that. I think I'm going to do overall smaller goals, but have rewards for meeting those goals, because we didn't do that at all. So like, I think I might do like, I might break the goals down into like 1,000, but for every time we reach a goal, we do something. There's like some goal that goes along with it, if that makes sense. Like some stream thing or some, event or something. Like we do something for each one. I think that would be nice. But yeah, but it does help me like playing, especially now having been there once before and seeing how, what's expensive, where did my money go typically, how much were things, hotels, all of that. That'll help with planning for the next one. Again, assuming that there is a next one. So anyway, it was certainly a trip of a lifetime. But anyway, let's see if we can get to the end of this chapter before we end stream, because we've barely done anything really.
The luxury of the Orient Express is present in every detail.
If you had done some of the things you had planned, things would have... Yes, that is also true. Yeah, for the most part. There were some things that, like I paid for gas on our road trip, and we ended up using way more gas than we had initially planned, because we had to drive back to Sydney while we were looking for Bill and stuff. The sink is not something we can look at. No, okay.
This door connects to Monsieur Ratchet's compartment. It was latched on this side.
It was latched on this side. Did she change that?
Here is a jacket button. It bears the logo of the Orient Express.
Peculiar.
Madame, please tell me about last night.
The murderer was right here in my compartment. I woke up. All in the dark it was. I was just so scared I couldn't scream. I pressed the call button. I pressed and pressed. I heard footsteps running in the corridor, then a knock on my door. "Come in," I screamed. And I switched on the lights at the same time. And would you believe it? There wasn't a soul there.
You think he went back into the other compartment?
How do I know where he went? I had my eyes shut tight. The conductor came in. I told the man what had happened, and he didn't seem to believe me. I asked him to search the room, but he found nothing. I told the conductor to look at the door between the compartments, and sure enough, it wasn't bolted. Well, I soon saw to that. I told him to bolt it, then and there.
How is it you didn't bolt the door between the two compartments?
But I had. Well, as a matter of fact, I asked that Swedish lady, Greta, if it was bolted, and she said it was.
How was it you could not see for yourself?
I was already in bed, and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was.
What time was it when you asked her to do this for you?
Oh, it must have been around 10:30 or 10:45 p.m. She'd come along to see if I had an aspirin. But instead of opening my door, she opened Mr. Ratchet's door by mistake. He said something quite rude, like, "Not a chance, lady, you're too old." It shocked her. She came in. I told her where to find the aspirin, and she got it out of my toiletry bag. Poor girl, she didn't have a good night.
The same could be said for Monsieur Ratchet. It appears Mademoiselle Olsen may be the last person to see Ratchet alive.
And Clank? That's interesting. I wonder if, so she was in here. Maybe she left the door unbolted?
Is this your handkerchief?
No, not at all.
Yet it is embroidered with an initial H, like your name.
I don't care. It's not mine, and I would certainly never buy something so impractical as that frilly thing.
Are you a smoker?
No, definitely not. Filthy habit.
I found a jacket button on your table. It looks like it belongs to a train employee. The button bears the logo of the Orient Express.
Well, of course the conductor came in last night, but he didn't go near that table.
Still, It's a safe bet that it belongs to the conductor. I'll check his jacket later, to be sure. I have not finished inspecting your room, if you don't mind.
Thing here.
Let's see if Mrs. Hubbard was telling the truth about the latch of the connecting door.
Oh.
This hook is probably where Mrs. Hubbard hung her toiletry bag.
There's something else?
This hook.
Ah, okay.
I can see the latch very well from here, even with the toiletry bag attached. I'll have to clear that up with Mrs. Hubbard.
Suspicious.
Mrs. Hubbard, you told me that the door connecting the two compartments was closed, correct?
Yes, it was, as I told you. I was already in bed and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was. That's why I asked Miss Olsen to check if it was closed.
Are you sure everything you've told me is accurate, Madame Hubbard?
Of course. I have an excellent memory.
Select the element that proves she is lying. The latch is
Mrs.
visible.
Hubbard, I tested putting your toiletry bag on the door hook as you told me. From your bed, you can easily see the latch on the door. The toiletry bag does not hide the latch at all.
Are you saying I'm lying? It may have been stuck somehow in a different position, or I may not have seen it in the darkness. Or I didn't think to look, you irritating man.
Details matter, madame. A man has been most savagely murdered. You will excuse me if I attempt to separate the truth from the false.
Forget my toiletry bag and focus on who entered my compartment. Probably after killing Mr. Ratchet.
Madame Hubbard is a force to be reckoned with, but I suspect I'm not done with her. Thank you for your assistance, madame.
I feel like we might learn that the person who was in her room maybe wasn't, maybe is involved with something else. Maybe not. Just seems too good to be true. Let's talk to these guys.
Monsieur Edward Masterman, I believe. May I ask you some questions?
I can barely talk. I have a terrible toothache.
We have a doctor on board the train. Perhaps...
I do not need a doctor. I use essential oils.
Oh boy.
If you can find my flask of clove oil in my box, I would be grateful.
Fine, if you insist. I will help you. By the smell, I think that the jojoba oil spilled on the other bottles, leaving their labels illegible. I must find another way to find which one is Masterman's toothache remedy. The weighing scale is soaked in jojoba oil. It's unusable. Ah, this old scale will do the job. To start, I must first arrange the vials from the lightest to the heaviest.
Oh, I see. That's pretty heavy. That's heavier. That's heavier. Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold on.
Now that I know the order, I think that I can easily guess which one is the clove oil.
So 7 milligrams. Is that how much he has? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 5, so I guess the jojoba is out. So I'm guessing. Hey, this one?
Here is Monsieur Masterman's remedy. Here is your remedy. I hope it will help.
Thank you very much, sir. Ah, well. I can finally speak without too much pain. I'm ready to answer your questions.
You are Monsieur Ratchet's valet?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Were you told that your employer was murdered?
Yes, sir. A very shocking occurrence.
Valet.
Et voilà.
Et voilà.
At what hour did you last see Monsieur Ratchet?
It must have been around 9 p.m., sir. That or a little after. I went to bed around 10:30 p.m., same as the person who shares my room, Mr. Foscarelli. He almost immediately began snoring.
What did you do then?
I read, sir, and I spent a while soothing my toothache with clove oil and listening to the snoring.
Did you hear anything during the night?
Yes, my roommate's snoring.
Are you a smoker?
Yes, sir. I have a cigarette now and then to relax.
Tell me about your employer, Monsieur Ratchet.
I've been working for him for 9 months. I should not wish to speak ill of the dead, but he was not a gentleman, sir.
Did you know that he had enemies?
Yes, sir. I heard him discussing some threatening letters, sir, with Mr. McQueen.
Did he mention these letters to you?
He had been reading a letter when I came in. He asked me if I was the one who put it in his compartment. I told him that I had done no such thing, and he should report it to the police at the next station.
How did he respond?
He laughed, sir.
You're joking.
I do not joke, sir.
Forgive me, I can see you do not. Was he taking sleeping pills?
Always when traveling by train, sir. He said he couldn't sleep otherwise. Last night he asked me to give him 2. I did so, along with a glass of water. He dissolved them in the water.
Did you see him drink the water?
No, sir. I left right after I gave him the pills.
Was Monsieur Ratchet a smoker?
No. He finds smokers disgusting.
Can you tell me again why you gave sleeping pills to Monsieur Ratchet?
Yes. I gave him the pills because when he takes the train, he has trouble sleeping. The letter must have worried him. He specifically asked me to prepare the sleeping pills. I didn't see him drink the water with the pills in it.
I didn't see him drink the water with the pills in it. I don't know. None of these actually stand out to me as a lie. I'm gonna say that. I don't
He
know.
is lying, and I will prove it.
Nope.
Monsieur, I believe you are not telling me the truth.
What? How can you say that?
Oh, the gun, I guess, because it's why would he take sleeping pills and also have the gun?
He received threatening letters. One, it seems, last night. Did you know he had a gun under his pillow? And even asked for my help to watch over him? I find it strange that he asked you for sleeping pills when he was afraid for his life and prepared to defend himself.
I'm sure I don't know. Maybe to calm his nerves, maybe out of habit.
It makes no sense.
Wait, please. Isn't it possible that Mr. Ratchet asked me to prepare the pills, but didn't plan to drink them for some reason?
It is possible. But I am a student of character, monsieur, and the Monsieur Ratchet you describe is not the man I met.
If you'll excuse me, my toothache is getting worse again.
I'm afraid this time you must prepare your own clove oil.
Interesting.
I believe I am addressing Monsieur Hector McQueen.
Guilty as charged.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, sorry. Just an expression. My father used to say it.
You must have had an interesting childhood. I am Hercule Poirot.
No need to be modest. You're a detective.
You are Monsieur Ratchet's secretary?
I am Mr. Ratchet's secretary. Just over a year. I mainly take care of translating certain texts for him. Mr. Ratchet only speaks English.
Prepare yourself for a shock. Your employer, Monsieur Ratchet, is dead.
So they got him after all.
What do you mean? You are assuming he was murdered?
I know he had enemies.
What can you tell me about Monsieur Ratchet?
He was American. He was an antiques dealer. I don't know much more. Mr. Ratchet never talked about himself or his life. But I think Ratchet wasn't his real name. And he left the United States to run away from something. Or someone.
Yes.
He started getting letters. Threatening letters.
Do you still have them?
I have one.
Did you know that Monsieur Ratchet had asked for my help?
Asked you? No, I didn't know.
He knew he was in danger. When did you last see him?
Last night around 10 o'clock, I should say.
Did you like your employer, Monsieur McQueen?
No, I did not. He was, I'm sure, a cruel and dangerous man.
Makes you say that. Not game science, but my insomnia meds just help me fall asleep at a reasonable hour. I'm still a very light sleeper and need to have the fan on to prevent little noises from waking me. I could see having a gun and taking sleeping pills. I guess so. That's fair. Yeah, I wonder... Yeah, I don't know. But would you, if you had received a threatening letter earlier that day, you know?
Can you tell me your movements last night?
I went back to my compartment. I read a little. In Belgrade, I went out onto the platform to smoke, but it was cold. I quickly went back in. I then went to Mr. Ratchet's compartment to take some dictation for him. I left around 10 o'clock. I saw Captain Arbuthnot. We ended up chatting in my compartment. Then we went out on the platform to quickly stretch our legs at Vinkovsky. He left around 2 o'clock.
Thank you. I will need to check Monsieur McQueen's story with Captain Arbuthnot. I found a diary in Monsieur Ratchet's safe. Did you know about it?
I kept a business appointment book, but I know he had a personal diary as well. That looks like it.
Are you a smoker?
Yes, I smoke cigarettes. I've tried to quit, but no luck.
Can you give me this letter, please?
Of course. Here it is.
Was Monsieur Ratchet a smoker?
No, he hated the smell of smoke.
Time to die is, you know, very... direct message. It's my room, victim's room. That's her room. Have we talked to you?
Monsieur Michel, I must ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
I will do everything I can to help.
First of all, tell me about yourself.
Very well. My name, as you know, is Pierre Michel. I am from Calais. I've been with the company for over 15 years.
Thank you.
French? Did he say he's a valet?
No.
What's a controller? He's a controller. Okay. I don't know if I was genuinely terrified. I probably wouldn't sleep at all. Yeah, see, that's my thought too.
Can you provide me with a listing of the passengers and their rooms, please?
Yes, certainly.
Okay.
Are you a smoker?
Indeed.
Do you smoke e-cigarettes?
No. Tobacco only.
I would like to reconstruct with your help the events of last night. Monsieur Ratchet retired to bed. When?
Almost immediately after dinner, sir. Actually, before we left Belgrade.
Did anybody go into his compartment after that?
His valet, monsieur. Monsieur Masterman. And then his secretary, the young American gentleman. Monsieur McQueen.
And that is the last time you saw or heard of him?
No, monsieur. You forget that Monsieur Ratchet rang his bell around 12:40 a.m., soon after we had stopped. I knocked at the door, but he called out in French, "Ce n'est rien, je me suis trompé." I then left to answer another bell that had just rung.
But he doesn't speak any languages
Where were
besides
you
English.
at 1:15 a.m.?
I was sitting on my little seat at the end of the car, facing up the corridor.
Are you sure?
I left a little after 1 a.m. to speak about the snow with my colleague Jean in the bar car. I came back later. There was a call. I remember speaking to you.
Indeed, I remember. Carry on.
It was the American lady, Madame Hobart. She thought she saw a man in her compartment. Then, around 1:50 a.m., I made the bed for Monsieur Ratchet's secretary, Monsieur McQueen. He had spent the evening talking with the English Captain Arbuthnot. At 2 a.m., I returned to my place and stayed there until dawn.
What is the last station where we stopped?
Winkowski.
Could someone have come on board?
Possibly. I was very busy. Owing to the weather, we were a few minutes late. We left at 12:10 a.m.
I found a button from an Orient Express staff jacket. Did you lose one by any chance?
No, monsieur. As you can see, I have all my buttons. It is not mine.
All right, Mrs. Hubbard calls Michelle, speaks to me. I think that was... Is this right? Okay.
That's the right answer.
Select 2 elements to help deduce how the killer avoided being seen by him. The murderer was able to take advantage of Mr. Michel's absence to escape without being seen at 1:15.
While Monsieur Michel was chatting with Monsieur Fauché in the bar car between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., the murderer could have escaped Ratchet's room without being seen. My little gray cells did not let me down.
Et voilà. Intuitions allow you to draw your own conclusions. What is this? Select 2 elements of interest from the encounter with Mr. Michel on the evening of the murder. Mr. McQueen.
The murderer may have impersonated Ratchet by calling Monsieur Michel to make it seem that Ratchet was still alive at 12:37 a.m. Et voilà.
What is the most likely hypothesis? Ratchet takes sleeping pills. The murderer enters Ratchet's room. He kills him with the gun and hides it under his pillow. He disguises the crime as a crime of passion with a knife. Ratchet takes sleeping pills. The murderer enters Ratchet's room. He stabs him with a knife. He calls Mr. Michel to make believe that Ratchet is alive. He opens the window to escape. The train is stuck in the snow. He waits for Mr. Michel to take a break to leave the room. Ratchet takes sleeping pills. Murderer enters the room, stabs him with a knife. He calls Mr. Michel to pretend he's alive, and he opens the window and flees. I feel like this? Yeah.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Interesting. I mean, is Mr. Michel suspect? I don't think so.
This is the most likely answer.
I don't see him being a suspect. Mrs. Hubbard? I don't think so.
According to the information I have, this is a solid choice.
Mr. McQueen, I don't think so.
This direction looks promising.
Because he knows that he doesn't speak another language, so him speaking French would just be a big mistake. And I don't know really about Masterman, TBH. I'm going to leave that one blank, because I don't know. I don't know enough about him. Is the doctor still in the room? Hello.
So, my friend, have you found our killer?
Not yet, but I will tell you what I have learned.
Please.
Our assassin could have gotten on the train at Vinkovsky disguised as a conductor, entered Ratchet's room, and killed him. Then He walked out through Madame Hubbard's connecting door, where he lost a button from his jacket. He had to wait for Monsieur Michel to be absent. He waited too long. The train had left the station.
He was trapped aboard.
Indeed. He had opened the window to make it look that he'd escaped that way. However, if he waited until the train stopped again due to snow, his footprints would have been found.
The murderer is still among us. On the train.
There's a problem with the second-class toilets.
What now?
All morning passengers have been complaining that the door is locked, so I went to check. I knocked, but no one answered. I didn't think I should open it without speaking to you first.
You did well, Monsieur Michel. Lead the way.
It would be magical, I agree.
But who is she? Is she alive?
She is breathing.
If she isn't dead, isn't she our murderer?
That, my friend, is what we must find out.
I knew she's been missing.
The ticket reads Joanna Locke, traveling in compartment 105. Miss, can you hear me? She's breathing. Her pulse is strong. There is no sign of physical violence. This woman is sleeping very soundly. This woman is sound asleep. Given her location, I would say she has been drugged and deposited here.
Well, at least it's not another murder on my train.
The train is, of course, full.
Monsieur, the list I gave you indicates that Hildegard Schmidt shares her compartment.
I will want to talk to her later. For now, we will concentrate on this mysterious young lady. Let's return her to her more comfortable bed.
Good idea. Pierre, locate this woman's room and fetch the doctor.
Yes, sir.
I will question her when she wakes up.
Please, let me know what you learn.
Mademoiselle Locke's compartment is 105. I suggest we return her to her more comfortable bed.
Yes, hopefully she will awaken soon.
A cup of tea with white residue at the bottom.
Sleeping pills? Okay. Oh.
A briefcase and a wagon-lit conductor's jacket. And the button is missing.
Hmm. Five things. Is there anything else? Oh.
Have you tried 0000? So, Poirot, any luck so far? No, that's mine. I never remember my passwords, so I make them easy ones. Poirot, what if the briefcase is booby-trapped? We really need to find the combination. If you need a break, I can ask Jean to make you some.
I need to hear the thing.
Poirot, I'm disappointed in you. I was certain you would have it by now. Have you tried 1, 2, 3, 4? But of course you know what you're doing. It is booby-trapped, is it? So, Poirot, any luck so far? Poirot, what if the briefcase is booby-trapped? If you need a break, I can ask Jean to make you some coffee.
Book, silent like a mouse, please.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll be quiet now. You need to concentrate. I will not utter another word. Not one.
Book, there will be another murder on the Orient Express in a moment.
There we go. She's sleeping, not dead. I don't think she gave you permission to root her belongs. I know. Whoa. Oh.
The stuffed animal is the same as in the photo found at the crime scene.
What a coincidence.
Mademoiselle Locke appears to have been investigating Monsieur Ratchet.
Maybe that's her. Maybe she's like Alice or something. I don't know. Room 203. Lock J. Work.
Mademoiselle Locke seems very interested in our victim.
Of course. She has studied her target.
Possibly. Her driver's license confirms her identity. She is American.
These are fake IDs. It's certain.
This badge says that Joanna Locke is an American detective with the Berkshire Police Department in Massachusetts.
An American police officer? Oh.
She has a gun.
Come, Poirot. Criminals are often known to carry one.
Ratchet was stabbed, not shot. But then why take it on the train?
Look, she's waking up.
Thanks to you, I would not be surprised if our murder victim were also waking up.
What?
Oh, my head. What's all the yelling about?
Who are you? Give me a good reason why you should not be in handcuffs.
I can give you a reason, Book. Whose handcuffs will we use? I have none. Do you?
Well,
You are Joanna Locke, mademoiselle?
Yes, Joanna Locke. I'm a detective. Berkshire, Massachusetts Police.
I have found your credentials, mademoiselle.
And I know who you are, Mr. Poirot.
Then, if the introductions are complete, perhaps the explanations may begin.
I'll try. It's simple, really. I'm on the trail of a murderer.
Woo! It was not in the book.
I had just been promoted to detective after 5 years on patrol. It was my first time on a major case. It had been a month since Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped. The Armstrongs were desperate for some sign of hope. I was there only for paperwork, to fill in some blanks.
Why does her voice sound so robotic? Okay. Oh, we can't save.
a topographical map, often more important than a road map in these mountains.
Daisy Armstrong, a 3-year-old girl.
The investigation is now part of a pile of investigations, and my captain sent me here just to dot some I's and cross some T's.
Daisy Armstrong, 3-year-old girl, daughter of John and Sonia Armstrong. Victim was taken sometime on the evening of February 24th, 2019. The abduction took place at the Armstrong residence where reception was being held. Mrs. Moreau, Daisy's nanny, discovered the child's disappearance at approximately 10:45 p.m.
The crime was audacious. How could the kidnapper know which was the window of Daisy's room? No, they could use a ladder to reach it, and no, they could enter the room without being seen.
Ladder was found outside the child's bedroom window. It was used to remove Daisy from the house. The window, usually locked from the inside, was found open. 4-wheel drive tracks were found in the woods near the house. No party guests drove a 4x4. After law enforcement protocols were in place, Armstrongs followed the ransom demand instructions and paid the ransom of $1 million. Since then, there has been no further communication from the kidnappers, and Daisy has not been returned.
The misspellings are clearly on purpose, and they didn't return the child when the ransom was paid.
Have 1 million ready. We will inform you where to deliver the money. We caution you not to go public or talk to the police. The child is in safe hand.
The misspellings are clearly on purpose, and they didn't return the child when the ransom was paid.
Also, I don't think I finished the thing. Hold on. There you go.
How could the child be taken with so many people in the house?
John Armstrong.
I can't imagine the pain her parents felt when they realized Daisy was gone. How are they going to feel when they realize I have no answers for them? Only more questions. That's why I'm here. A damn computer glitch. Or somebody pushed delete instead of save. Whatever happened, we lost the nanny's deposition. So my entire contribution to the investigation is to take it again. The phone record of the night of the kidnapping. The last call was for 911.
Now can I save? Oh, we could save the entire time. Okay. Let's go ahead and stop there. We'll pick this up. Looks like we'll be playing as Joanna Locke. That'll be kind of cool. Bit of a change of pace. See how that goes. But we'll pick that up tomorrow. But friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me today. A thank you to Anonymous for gifting us up to Cretin. I appreciate it. Thank you for keeping him from ads. Good night. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. We'll be back again tomorrow for more. So I hope you guys are enjoying Orient Murder on the Orient Express. I am. I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely a unique one because we're like confined to the train, so that's really cool. And it seems to be pretty straightforward for the most part. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. But we'll continue that tomorrow, so I hope you'll join me for that. But that is it for us today. I like it so far. I'm glad. I'm very glad. So that is it for us today. I hope you have a great rest of your night or day, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.